Are we going? Testing?
Yes.
Testing?
Yes. Sapphire, are we all the way live?
Do we sound okay? Button check?
What?
Oh, yeah. Let's get into it then. Bring up the curtain.
How you doing?
Not so bad, and you?
Fantastic, actually. I'm doing fantastico.
Fantastisch, the
Yes.
Germans would say.
Yes. Because we're back. Episode 25, Clowning Around the Ring. Your host,
You know
Kool
what's-
Sheen.
You know what's going to be funnier than our last episode? 24?
25.
This one.
And that's your boy, Adrian Diesel, ace in the hole, hardcore champion himself. We're back, kicking off AEW action. And before we get into it too deep, I just want to make sure that you guys hit the subscribe, the like, make some friends in the comments. Make some friends in the comments, making sure I said that right. Didn't want to double back on it. And don't forget to check out alloutelite.com. It is very important that you check out alloutelite.com. They got some great insider articles and just fun stuff going on over there. So please check it out. Adrian, Ace in the Hole, his updates will be up there weekly. So let us know how you like it. And where would you like to begin?
We might as well open it with Rampage.
Oh, want to shake it up?
Psych. Got him. I got him.
Faked me out. Ooh,
Got
faked me out hard because I was ready to shake it up, but
Well, it's just like Rampage does happen quick. I feel like we could.
it goes
this
by
time,
quick.
They don't really correlate, per se. But
There
we're
was
not
only
gonna.
one.
But
There
we're
was only
not
one
gonna.
match that had a little correlations, but yeah, we'll get to that.
Dynamite.
Let's start there. Yeah, with the beginning of Dynamite. Yeah,
Craziness.
because that had a couple matches spring off of it, so
Yeah.
we could go start there.
The casino style. I love their casino style. Battle royals. Okay, 4 different. Like groups of 5 or so, and then a Joker. Who this time usually it's like a debut, but this time it was Andrade El Idolo, the return. Amazing, big pop. I'm liking it. You don't have to always have a debut as the Joker. Perfect.
Facts.
And that match, just in general, I told you, your boy swerved Keith Lee. It's in his name.
Facts. I did not see it coming so soon, but
And not only that, but he
Got him.
swerved my boy, said Darby Allin.
he did.
But I get it. You want to become, the interim champion, I guess.
But he was a little too cocky, and it cost him as well. So I
Yes,
mean,
yes, in the
Swerve, it
end.
wasn't his time. It wasn't his house that day, unfortunately. But
He got evicted.
facts. I do want to mention you brought up 2 names that really worked really well together in the Rumble as well. Andre El Idolo and Darby.
Always.
They
Remember their coffin match?
yes, and they instantly went at each other, which I thought was cool. I mean, obviously there was some things going on.
Even when Kyle O'Reilly came out, Darby Allin and him.
Yep, got right to it. I'm not 100%, but I believe Darby Allin was a part of like
The first.
a combination of getting Bobby Fish out.
I don't think Bobby Fish was in there. Kyle O'Reilly was though.
Bobby Fish was in there. He was
Was he?
eliminated early though. Yeah,
Oh shit.
Yeah,
My bad, Bobby Fish.
I think Darby is part of the like assembly that because there was like 3 people I think that I threw him out. So yeah, it was a good match. There was some plays at some feuds and stuff like that. At one moment it got maybe a little bit too chaotic. The Ass Boys plus Max Caster came out, all 3 of them at once.
Scissor me, daddy!
And it got at that point, I think that was like the most in the ring at once. And they had, I mean, like every corner was full with 3 or 4 guys, and then the center was full with 3 or 4 guys. And it was hard to just keep track of what was happening and who was, touching on who. And so I kind of,
Especially when Ray Phoenix came in.
oh yeah,
Him and Dante Martins.
they were moving quick. Keith Lee was tossing folks around for his little segment as well. I mean,
Hager
yeah.
was going in too.
Yep.
And Hager and then had backup, and they were stomping Eddie Kingston, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, how late? There was another like semi surprise at the end because how late was Wheeler Yuta's return?
Well, yeah, he was. I think he was like, I think he was in the last set. I think he was
Yeah,
the last one of the last set. Yeah, coming back from Japan.
and so he
Got a
came
big
in.
pop.
Yeah, he came in and kind of redeemed Eddie a little bit. He survived until the final 5 or 4, right? I believe Wheeler Yuta was. Because Regal shouted out that it would have been great to see Yuta and Mox.
Yeah, yeah, because
Which
it was Yuta and Kyle O'Reilly last.
yes, that's
And
exactly
Kyle
what it
O'Reilly
was.
took the W.
Yes, which
Well deserved W.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad to see
By himself. Hold it down.
Kyle O'Reilly's been putting on. He's been doing fantastic matches, and he's been holding it down for his whole like crew. I feel like, I mean, the Young Bucks are doing their thing too, but I feel they've won and lost a little bit more. Kyle O'Reilly in the Red Dragon seems to be winning a little bit more recently, so it feels good. So it was well deserved. Well deserved.
Mm-hmm. And I liked the shot of William Regal and Adam Cole, Bay, and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly because they were all in NXT. And William Regal said, I've taught you two, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, a lot over the last couple years. And Adam Cole got mad, and that's because him and Regal did not like each other on NXT.
Okay. Long term there,
Long
huh?
term crossover bugging.
It's what you gotta have.
You got it.
This is what you gotta have. I love it. I didn't even see it because I'm not, well versed as that, but that's beautiful.
It was very nice. Oh, and this happened. This Hangman Adam Page happened right after, yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
And he took on. Oh man, he took on a Legends kid. I'll tell you what, Finley's kid, David Finley. Oh yeah, this was one of the greatest matches. Like one of like the random matches, like no feud, nothing involved.
Yeah, filler-esque.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic because like during the commentary, they were explaining their history of how like they've never really had a one-on-one. Finley only has a win over Page like in Bullet Club or the other way around, I think. I don't know. But you know who had to give it to him. You know the Cowboy did it. You know that Cowboy took the W.
Facts.
And after the W, he took the microphone and he called out. Well, technically, he called out a certain person. He called out. I think shoot. So during commentary, English, you said it felt a little weird when it came out. The commentary, they were telling us the history of Hangman and Finley, which is crazy. Okay, good. They don't have to like hide the fact that they've fought before. Sure, it was in tag team, but they still didn't have to hide the fact that happened. And after the Hangman whooped him, him and Adam Cole both ended up talking. But Hangman, he called out Okada for the IWGP Championship. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And then Adam Cole said that he doesn't deserve that match. Ooh. And then Jay White at Dominion, he beat Okada for the championship. So he said that Hangman could take Okada.
Had the scraps.
Unbelievable. But now do I get to see Jay White versus Adam Cole, baby? Because Adam Cole said that he wants that belt too, I thought.
Yeah, all I know is, I mean, I'm happy that they're getting to call their shots, but I hope we get some of these matches aired. Is that what I'm a little worried about? I mean, a lot of them look like they might be fleeing away for from some airtime for a little bit for some other guys to get some shine.
Possibly.
Which I'm not like mad at, but I don't know. Adam
June
Cole.
26th is quickly approaching.
Oh yeah. I'm not ready for the Adam Cole storyline to end. I don't think that. I thought that him, I don't know. They just took a different angle with it. I guess they took a different angle with it. It's not going to be as much of that faction I feel on TV as I thought we were going to get, and so that's what I guess I'm a little bit sad about. But other than that, I mean, this is all exciting. It's going to be fantastic matches.
I think June 26th is when we're gonna start seeing more of them. I mean, they brought in United Empire on Wednesday at Dynamite. Trent kind of semi caught out FTR because he was angry that he lost the match and an unfortunate disqualification to Will Ospreay's bitch boys. And then they all came down and they whooped the three of them.
And actually, Trent got the pin.
Yeah. Well, he got the pin on Friday.
So like and that's why he got the redemption.
Yes, he did. He ended up getting the redemption, thankfully. And Will Ospreay lost his AEW debut, technically.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
He didn't get pinned, but his group did.
Yeah, that's an L. That's one in the L category. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't do nothing about that. You want to know who else got an L? You want to tell them who else got an L? Hand delivered, signed, sealed.
There's a few who I can think of right off the top of my head, but the first person that comes to my mind is Marina Shafir.
The problem was solved by Thunder Rosa.
Honestly, it was probably the top 3 match of the week. The title itself is very underdeveloped story-wise, so there's not like a lot of like intrigue in like the feuds, but the wrestling itself, I mean, it's literally top level.
They gave you the story. The story was, I'm Thunder Rosa and I want to fight someone. Boom, quick feud. Not even a real feud, just a quick W for the champion. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It's just we've only seen, I feel like, one real developed storyline for Thunder Rosa so far.
They're starting it again with DMD. She called her shot.
Whoa.
That'll be a story for sure, and not just another stomping.
I don't even.
You don't remember that?
I don't recall. What did she say?
She had a backstage interview with Tony Schiavone. And she basically was saying that title well, she was mad that Tony Storm picked up the belt afterwards. And then she said, you shouldn't touch that, it's not yours. And she was like, I miss my championship, and my championship misses me more. And then she was like, the next person who's going to get that belt is in this camp. Because she was with Reba and How You Doing, Hater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember the end of that. Yeah, I don't remember the beginning of that.
Mm-hmm. So there's your story. That's incoming.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay.
And she'll probably just pick up a couple more W's on the way to taking the possible L to DMD.
I thought Tony Storm would have been a better, more interesting feud, but...
Well, she's going to be involved because she lifted up the title before. She didn't, like, hand it to Thunder Rosa right away. She did the thing, where she looked at it and she was like,
I saw what happened. Happened.
She's going to be involved?
Yeah, but okay, so, I don't know. Yeah. DMD was written as, like, a literal goddess, and, like, half the roster barely got airtime when she was champion, and so now, like, to have her back included into the championship feud shrugs my shoulders.
Doesn't mean she's going to win.
Yeah, well, I hope not.
Storm could get it.
Well, I just no. I hope.
Just how like the money name. You feel me? That's all she's there for.
Yeah, I feel they have that without her, but I mean that's just me. I don't know. It just seems like they are using her as a crutch for their lack of poor writing, is what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like they need star power. They have star power. They just aren't trying, it doesn't seem like to me. But I don't know. But
they also put the belt on someone who, like, promo work isn't the best.
I've seen her. I don't know in the feud that in her feud with Nyla Rose, it was fine. I don't see her being not the best to
That
me.
one
I
was
don't know.
quick too.
Yeah, I don't know. I just she hasn't ever came off as one of their like poor performing mic people. There's people who I think perform way worse than her on the mic.
I've seen the sheets. Lots of dirt, lots of rude people, and I'm like, damn, yeah, kinda, but I don't fault her.
I mean,
She's just not there yet, allegedly.
okay, and I'm also comparing her to her constituents though. Like across the industry, there's I would say less like natural born characters in the female rosters than the males, or they're underdeveloped. That either has to do specifically with the writing, and the writing is not up to snuff to be able to write women up to the level that they need to be up to, or they aren't as naturally able to perform. That is what the contrary is. And so what I'm saying is I'm pretty sure that's just the writing. Because the girls that we see get to take control of their own destiny a lot of times perform pretty well.
Well, it's not like they get handed a script, so it's like they
Get
probably should ask for help more.
yeah, maybe and that's kind of I guess that's also on you have to put out a good product though. That's on the production team. That's what I mean is like writing isn't always something that's done for everyone. Yes, or most people maybe over here don't.
No one barely. You get to do it, and then you get to be like, how does this sound? And then you get told yes or no. And
Yeah.
give them a different idea. And sometimes when she speaks, she stumbles too much, and the timing is wrong, and shit like that. She doesn't have the proper conviction all the time.
Oh, I don't see that. I mean, I don't see her delivery being much worse than a lot of what the standard is, I guess.
You're on skis. I figured it out. You're on skis.
That's exactly what it was. And so, yeah.
You said industry, so you're on skis.
No, but like in industry wide, yeah, I see her being on par.
Industry wide, women haven't been able to wrestle like this and put on a show like this up until like 10 years ago. So every single one of them, yeah, is fairly behind.
And the development of the production is behind. That's where I'm trying to say it's a equal-ended marriage, I guess, was this whole thing. Is like, I think that there's, yes, the superstars haven't been seeing people do it for as long, so they're not as like generationally ingrained into what it is, but also the production isn't ingrained into developing that either. And it, I think, shows. And I think that the star side is more up to standard and more up to snuff than the production side is, I guess, where I was going. It's like the production side seems to be doing less of a good job than the stars.
It's because they don't have a fucking production team.
Yeah, they got like 2 guys, huh? And they just, yep, sounds good.
Yeah, and that's why they were like, damn it, we need DMD at least in this feud for a little. Because she tore it up in the Owen Hart. And now she had a couple weeks off of TV even. And then she, calls her shot. And I'm sure she's actually even going to fight Tony Storm. Or, Tony Storm's going to have to run the fucking gauntlet of DMD's goons again, which is fine.
Yeah. No, I see the...
And former champions, like, really don't always get, like, the even on the men's side, like you don't just like get there. So she's gonna have to try to get there. And by try, I mean they're probably gonna let her get there or get really close. She's just a former champion who's involved in this tournament. John Moxley, former champion,
I don't know.
involved. Didn't have to go through the casino battle royale. He just
Was
got
number
the
one,
slot.
was number one contender. Was gonna get probably a match anyways. We were gonna see CM Punk Moxley anyways. Is what I would say to that. I mean, then there would just not be. They would be contradicting their rankings and
Tag team. Look at their tag team.
yeah, and that's one area that they've done that for a long time. It seems like, but they've been pretty consistent with trying to keep not even, I would say, the TNT and the TBS championships as like in the rotation with the rankings, but they've been trying, I feel like, to keep the world championships in the rotation with the rankings better. I don't know. I just I feel there's just a lot of potential there. I mean, I guess unless I'm just off my rocker,
You are.
but
Because the other ones who are up and coming are currently involved around the women's mid-card belt. All of those names in Jade Cargill included, kinda. Jade Cargill, Athena, Anna Jay, who were the Kiera Hogan and Red Velvet. They're all kind of up and coming, getting real better. Chris Statlander especially coming back from being like the alien-ish gimmick, you know what I mean? She stepped it up against Red Velvet, and she's been stepping it up with her homegirls. And so after this, because Statlander, I think, was in the title picture at one point, so she can get put in there. Athena's new, and she wants the TBS one. And the rest of the women's roster is more or less on dark.
yeah, that's a production thing. I think. Back to saying something like BCC versus JAS gets multiple slots weekly, and
I wouldn't say in the same show.
yeah, they have 3 hours a week, and BCC versus JAS for the last 3-4 of them have gotten at least 30 minutes.
It's because all of the storylines get like that.
Not the women's ones.
DMDs did. You're just
And
now
that's
you're
my
just now
argument.
you're seeing a different kind of champion who like they fucking literally gave her the belt and then they didn't know what to do.
But I guess that's
And neither does she.
they have one women wrestler that they give the same attention to that they give the male roster, and I feel that way, and I'm not going to come off of that feeling.
Chris Jericho gets like that. Everyone who helped build the show is like that.
So, okay, so you're saying those rights are reserved to the OGs?
That's what it seems like, sure.
Okay. If those rights are reserved to the OGs, like there's a set
If you want to compare it company-wide still, John Cena, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Batista.
they're going to show up weekly.
Yes. You told me last night how much it would suck if fucking you paid X amount for a ticket.
And then
No.
John Moxley's not there?
You
Yeah.
have to have the names that are bringing the people at least on screen. Involved a little bit. But you can make them look like shit in the end when DMD loses to Tony Storm and or Thunder Rosa.
Yes. Well, so my DMD is she gets affected by it as well. So I'm not trying to say that she
And
is
she does take
absolved
time
from
off. She
it.
does not always is even on. She's not always on TV.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I mean. Well, and
Dentist.
she's not always really given that preferable treatment. I
I've seen
feel
her
like
lose.
so.
I've seen her lose a lot.
And I feel, I don't know. I feel that's like we get to see a lot of Dante Martin. I see more Dante Martin than I see of Anna Jay. And that's the comparison I want to make. And it's like, I don't know. And it's because probably Dante Martin versus Hangman is a bigger poll than Anna Jay versus Rosa right now. And so, I mean, I guess I kind of get it. But I don't know. Maybe they just need more time. Maybe it's just back to that.
Yeah, a lot of these ones, even that they pulled in, like a lot of the women are like new-ish.
Oh, yeah.
At least to the part where it comes to being in front of that big of a crowd or on TV. And it's not like every fucking small indie promotion is going to have to cut a promo.
Yep.
And DMD was in the WWE for like a little bit. So she kind of soaked up information, I'm sure. And then Adam Cole, baby, has been in the game for a while too. So she probably gets to soak in his information. Suppose.
I'd like to see, going off of this, okay. We figured it out. A little tangenty, but we figured it out. I'll accept that. I'll accept that they just need more time. Both aspects of it. They need more time to develop their roster overall, just because they're all newer and younger. Mm-hmm. And then they also need more airtime to give them more space to let some of these characters breathe. Both of those things are probably true. And
I told you this when we watched TV time. Marina Shafir got to be on TV because Thunder Rosa said, "I want to fight anyone, not just top 5." And if she continues to do that, other women are going to get TV time. Plus Thunder Rosa, the champion.
Yes.
And Toni Storm was a good fit to be an actual contender because she is kind of vetted in to wrestling.
Yeah, and that's why I like the Toni Storm thing, because I think that
I think Soho too. I really like her.
Oh, that's
I think she's been off TV. I don't know if she got hurt or what.
No, she was just on last week.
I just feel like I haven't seen her since
a tag team
since
match.
Double or Nothing.
Soho was in a tag team match last week. I forget against who, but yes.
Bet.
But I don't know. I want to see some more individual characters develop out of the women's roster. Specifically, people like Statlander, Shafir, and Jamie Hayter.
I was gonna say, Red Velvet, and Kira Hogan were not on TV until Jade Cargill.
Facts. And they are putting on.
Yes.
They're interesting.
Yes,
like
we've
the
only got to see
Baddies
them,
Club is
we've
interesting.
We've only got to see them kind of fight in like a brawl, like after a match or whatever. But like, damn, all of them together.
Yep.
Because they've ran a couple of singles and shit. But craziness.
Yeah.
So you're getting what you want. You just
like
are not
that.
realizing it.
Well, I like that faction.
So focusing on the negative.
I like that
deeper.
faction.
So cutting you off.
What?
The baddie one.
Yeah.
You mean Stokely's?
Yeah.
You mean Stokely's baddies?
Big Stokes baddies. Yeah. Big Stokes baddies is definitely a
Big
faction I can get behind.
Baddies over maximum male models. Sorry. Until Cesaro's in there. And then it'll be even.
Well,
Out of love.
Out of love. And I mean, it's sad to see Big Stokes baddies taking these L's back to back, but they're putting on some good matches. And honestly, Statlander is, like we said a couple weeks ago, looking built different. So
More than a woman.
I mean, it was a little bit of a predictable segment because we've seen her kind of getting
She was,
risen up.
Yeah, but Red Velvet was giving it to her though.
She's sneaky too. Red Velvet's got some sneaky wins in there. So
she
yeah,
was sneaky and quick. She as soon as she got to, I think she counted like a stalling suplex or something, and then she had it for a bit, had it for quite a bit.
Yeah, it was a good match, and the little bit of banter between the baddies and Statlander, the same way that they had the banter between Athena and the baddies, and now Athena's music hitting after the jumping, like that It's tying together.
It's totally. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If I ever have to save you, I'm putting a song on and running. But I'm not running until the song's on.
Are you gonna wait for your pyro?
I honestly keep the poppets. I keep the poppets and sprinklers on me at all time, or sparklers on me at all time.
You got a couple sparklers, stick them in the ground real quick,
Yeah.
throw some poppets, and then just start running.
Yeah. You know me too. I'll get a little crazy. Maybe I have a sparkler bomb. Who knows? for the big boom. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
For the bass. That's just me though. That's how I would
You're
save my
clowning
friends.
me too hard. Hold on.
Welcome to the show. This is Clowning Around the Ring. Is it not? We just had a fucking tangent for half an hour.
Yeah. It's an important discussion. It was an important discussion, and now we can move on to the dudes.
Imagine if Sapphire cuts it out. So what do we talk about now?
Well, like I said, we can move on to the dudes. So we got all the women's matches out of the way, and a little bit of my disdain with the production out of the way.
Okay. I want to talk about Big Man's debut before I talk about some other stuff. Because Satnam Singh, drafted by the Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks, yes sir.
Drafted by the Mavericks at one point, but now he's a wrestler. Okay, he has some pretty killer gears. Nice, simple, big man, big, black and gold. Okay. Could have asked Shaq for some help though. I think Shaq just came out in all black. Never mind. But I want to see him and Shaq in a match just because. But Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal stomped some guys, some enhancement talent. Sorry, didn't learn your names.
Yeah.
But Satnam Singh, he hit a pretty decent double high crossbody.
Yes.
He is an athlete. There's no way around that.
The dude has coordination, and I think that with the right with the right mentoring, not in the sense of he needs to obviously everyone needs to work on their skills, but I mean only do things that don't make you look goofy. Because there's certain moves at his size, he's so big that he'll look a little goofy doing some stuff, I feel like.
Oh yeah, possibly.
And so he has a really high ceiling, very high potential. And I think it'll be cool to watch him stomp some no names over the next couple weeks, because I think they're gonna feed him some no names. But Jay Lethal, I hope, pushes him in the right direction and doesn't have him looking too silly out there, because he's coordinated, but I mean at 7'3" or whatever he is, you can only do so much without looking lengthy and weird when you're moving around. And honestly, that was a stomping, but it wasn't as violent as the other match we have to get to before the moment of the week.
We have two. You mean Jake Hager's and Eddie Kingston's? Oh, it's because we talked about FTR and Beretta, but very quickly, we meshed it in. We do this thing where we don't cut a lot of the podcast out, so we're going to keep that part in, where I made the realization that we do only have one match to talk about, because we talked about how Will Ospreay lost. Okay, cool. One match. Jake Hager and Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
Insanity.
Violent, as I was saying.
Insanity.
Violent.
The greatest opener of the week for sure. That happened on Rampage, 100%.
It was really good. I'd probably put it at my fourth favorite match of the week. It was really, really, really good. Eddie puts on a show, man.
And Jake Hager knows how to sell for a man.
Oh yeah, he knows how to. His moves look like they are legitimate trained moves, because he's a trained fighter. So he comes at you and his punches don't look sloppy. Mm-hmm. His knees don't look sloppy. Specifically, his knees to people look really clean. And when he lifts people, he does it real fast. I noticed.
So safe looking. He knows exactly how.
He's really, really good at offensively looking really clean. Although his moveset isn't very stylish or flashy at all. It's just a super clean moveset. And then yeah, when he's getting beat up, it looks like he's willing to take a couple hits. That's really what it
My
looks like.
friends won't even let me chop them across their chest once.
I don't want no chops. I don't want no chops, especially not an Eddie chop. I don't want no Hager or Eddie chop. I don't want to get chopped like either of those guys chop.
What about like a Big Show?
Oh,
5-star in the chest. You remember giving people 5 stars?
if we reach 100 subscribers on YouTube, we'll upload the 5-star chop, the Big Show 5-star chop from
Be sure
Ace
to
and
check
Hall.
me out on TikTok at the Adrian Diesel.
100 subscribers on YouTube, we get the 5-star chop going. Anything else that you want to get to before we hit our moment of the week?
Yeah, guys, is it okay that I have a TikTok? Is that like a canceled thing?
Nah,
Or
it's
like,
fine.
I'm literally I have to find a one dance, and I'm just gonna do one dance until we get our subscribers built up.
All right. Yeah,
I'm gonna start low. I'm gonna try to get us to 15 with a dance, and then I'm gonna 25 with a different dance. You know what I mean? Every time I change the number, I'm changing the dance, maybe.
yeah.
But
I feel you.
Might not ever post anything else.
Just dance for subscribers. I feel you on that.
I'll do a lot when I dance.
Make sure you dance with the strap.
Of course. Yeah, huh? Either on my
course.
waist or on my shoulder. I'm aware.
Yeah. Or all
Or
of them.
Rob Van Dam. That's so many.
All the ones in the collection case too. Don't
That's
forget
so
those
many.
ones.
That's so many. And it's time for the moment of the week.
Actually,
scissors.
for who goes first?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, 'cause
Just one.
I think I should go first.
John Moxley! He kicked in Kyle O'Reilly's head. The violent artist Kyle O'Reilly got his head kicked in. And John Moxley is going to be taking on Tanahashi at Forbidden Door June 26th to become the interim champion. And I got my money on Moxley. Because Moxley vouched in December that he's going to take this company by the balls and do whatever he wants. And he's been calling Tanahashi out for years. So now, not only does he get to do that, but he's going to take New Japan. He's going to take AEW. He's going to take all the wrestling, and he's going to grab it by the balls when he becomes interim champion. And then he's going to put CM Punk to sleep when he's good and ready.
And that was my second favorite match of the week. Now, for my favorite match of the week, kind of surprising, maybe to some, because I usually am not really a fan of, or like, I'm not a super fan of either of these guys, I should say. So disrespectful. Not even paying attention to my moment of the week. No, I'm just clowning. Pac versus Buddy Matthews. What I believe to be some of the most technically sound wrestling we've seen in a couple weeks. I feel Pac showed us why he's rolling with the Lucha Bros and why he can be on their level, because there was a little bit of me that, since I'm a little bit new here, had a little doubts. I'm like, the Lucha Bros go crazy. Like, they put on 10 out of 10s all the time. So Pac being a part of their crew, I'm like, come on, man. Like, sometimes you gotta, I haven't seen you in one of these 10s yet. I haven't seen you a part of one of these 10s yet. All I was saying is that I haven't seen Pac in like a classic the same way I've seen the Lucha Brothers in so many classics. So I was, waiting to kind of get that. In this Buddy Matthews match for the All Atlantic title that was just announced.
Fuck the Pacific, I guess. Fuck my people.
To be clear, fuck the Pacific. It's not like I'm from Washington or anything, and I don't rock the Pacific Northwest. I mean, come on now.
It's not like I'm a Filipino who's either called an Asian or a Pacific Islander.
But okay, enough banter. Enough
Specific.
banter. This actually, let me specify, wasn't a match to have the title. This was a qualifier match.
Well, I suppose if that's how you want to, if that's what you, it's like a.
Qualifier for the tournament, or
It is the tournament. It's first round.
I thought it was a qualifier for the tournament.
No. This is the tournament. It started with them.
Ah, that makes it a little bit more interesting. I thought, okay, I thought there was more talks of other people who had to qualify in, but here or there, they didn't show the bracket.
Yeah, they did. Put it in. But they did. I only remember that they did because the bottom right just had New Japan logo because they are going to have an opportunity as well because the flag is on the All Atlantic belt.
So the Atlantic kind of wraps around.
Yeah,
it goes around.
It kind of goes like my finger. It goes like this.
If you just
I didn't get the Quito jail.
If you go all the way down around Africa and then back around Australia and then back up to Japan, then it's still the Atlantic, right?
Someone must have changed the border lines without us knowing.
That's what it was.
School systems, not good.
Yeah, my recollection's obviously not good because I didn't understand that this was already the first round of the tournament. So, you know what? I can't blame them for everything, right?
Yeah, just like you can't blame them for not seeing what they're doing with the woman.
Hey,
Even though half of the stuff I said I kind of pulled out my ass, but I meant it. I meant it all.
We'll get back to that in a couple weeks, and hopefully I can eat my words. I'll pay a little bit closer attention to some of the development of some things, and maybe I can eat my words. But I won't eat my words.
Is another good wrestler, like vetted in, like she's been in like a business where she has to cut promos and perform in a big crowd before. Sorry to cut you off. I just thought about that. So they're bringing in some. And they're building the ones that they brought in initially.
And okay, we'll talk about that off mic because remind me, I wanna go on that a little bit. But what I will say to kind of wrap up my moment of the week, it's been a little bit all over the place. I was wrong about one thing. We got back onto a random tangent, and I definitely gave you guys a wrap up about Pac. But one thing I will say is Buddy Matthews also impressed. Dude's really big for how fast and athletic he is. Pac's a little bit shorter, and like maybe I feel like makes him a little bit lighter, so his speed is a little bit less.
It's all muscle.
Yeah. He's a tank. He's a tank though. He looks like a tank. It's just I feel 20 pounds is 20 pounds, right? In 4 inches across your body, whatever. But Buddy Matthews is very impressive, and his shorts. You called him out. I didn't notice until you called him out, but his shorts were fire.
He has the sickest shorts ever.
Dope ring attire.
And let's not forget, these two are in a rivalry. Like their stables, their groups are in a rivalry, but 1-on-1, fair and squaresies.
Yeah, and it was a perfect.
They didn't come out
setup.
until after, and then they didn't even do much. And another match in this tournament actually is Malachi Black and Penta Oscuro. That's why they looked at each other like that. And Penta was like, bring it on.
Okay. So maybe they only
and Miro is in there too.
Maybe where I got the qualifier idea was from the New Japan wrestling. They may have a match to qualify into the tournament in New Japan wrestling.
Right.
So that's probably I just must have overheard it incorrectly and remembered it wrong. But honestly, I think that's all. I got for Pac and Buddy Matthews. It was Pac's first classic in my eyes. This was a match to remember. I feel we probably won't get a better match from the first round. I don't know if Penta and Malachi will put on that level, but we'll see. We'll see. We've seen Malachi and Penta go at it 1-on-1 before.
Yes.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. So that I don't know. I'm excited. I am excited. And what do you get if you get a Pac versus Penta championship?
Whoa.
I don't know if they're on. I obviously don't remember the bracket, so I don't know if they're on the same side or not.
Shoot.
But ooh,
I'm gonna tell you that I want I know Miro is in there. I can't remember who he's facing.
Okay.
But I want it to be Miro versus Pac, and I want Pac to take home the gold.
That would be great. I'm glad you got that prediction out there. I need to see the bracket, obviously,
Yeah.
and then I can make a prediction. I thought there was going to be more matches, and then I should make a prediction.
Watch instead of Tanahashi randomly winning the AEW, because that would be intense as fuck, right? Curveball. But instead, the curveball's the Atlantic belt, eh? That'd be crazy.
Okay.
That'd be crazy. Wait, and then we just get that New Japan guy. Wait, fucking in here more a little bit.
Yeah, weekly. And that's cool too. I want to experience more wrestling. More wrestling is good. So I'm not trying to say that the Hangman stuff that we were talking about earlier, him going over and going over there and
that's
wrestling
usually what
more.
happens. Like you don't. It's not the other company where you just I want it back. You move on, and you find your way back.
Yep. You come back when it's
Moxley's
a
gonna
better
be the
time.
first person to go up against or to fight for it a second time. Basically, I'm pretty sure.
To try to be the 2-time.
Yeah.
Well,
No, and does that count? Yeah, he just gets an asterisk by it, right?
I hope he becomes the 2-time.
That'd be cool.
I'm with you on that.
But him and Punk is gonna be disgusting.
Yeah.
And there's no real telling on who I want to win that. Because I became a Punk hater when he beat my boy, my Hangman.
Especially in the fashion, obviously.
Yes.
Not
especially in the fashion.
being at 100% or looking at 100%.
Yes.
It
and then
definitely
the match that he
got
did
salty.
afterwards, and then he was like, I gotta go.
So if he comes back and puts on a classic against Mox, I want him to win. If he comes back and looks like deer in headlights because he's a little bit, a little shaky, I want Mox to win.
I need them to let them just call the match.
Yeah, let
in
him
the
call
ring.
it.
Just
Yeah, let him
call
call. Yep. If Punk feels he's not got it, let him
Let him
say,
not got it.
Yeah, let him say. But
And that's okay. We don't need old men to be champions. Oldberg, no offense, CM Punk.
Or if they were planning to give it to Mox no matter what, but CM Punk comes out there and puts on the show that everyone wanted to see, and he goes off the top, killing himself, then let him take it.
But also losing a championship when you come back would suck. I was gonna say losing a championship when you're on top is okay because it's like, at least you were on top and like not like sucking. Like when Darby Allin lost the TNT championship, I was like, oh. But then I was like, but it's okay. Because he had a fire fucking reign. He has, right now, currently, in my heart, the best one.
Do you want to
Hit
do a
me
little?
with the ads.
Before that, do you want to touch a little bit on some preview for some upcoming stuff? Because you just reminded me about somebody who is interested in this. Or would you rather continue clowning until next week?
Ladies and gentlemen, see ya. Continue clowning.